15 things you didn't know about the International Watch Company. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello, Aluxers, and thank you for joining us for another luxurious adventure. As we know how precious your time is, what better way to track it than in an extravagant one? The reason we ask is because today we're going to talk to you about another famous Swiss watch manufacturer and all the wonders of their high-class products, the International Watch Company. With the aim of combining the craftsmanship of the Swiss with the modern engineering technology from the USA, Florentine Aristotto-Jones, the former director of another American leading watchmaking company at the time, created the International Watch Company. He opened the first factory in 1868, located in Schaffhausen, Switzerland, where he also found watchmakers whose profession already had a long tradition, dating all the way back to 1409. Having gone through a veritable roller coaster of success and unfortunate events, IWC somehow managed to rise like a phoenix, becoming a company whose products will give you the chance to wear the best of several worlds on your wrist, all wrapped up in the classiest of ways. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. So, without further ado, here are 15 things you didn't know about the International Watch Company. Number 1. IWC manufactured the first digital watch in 1885. Showing an outstanding spirit of innovation, the 1885 first pocket watch with digital indication was based on a patent granted to an Austrian by the name of Paul Weber. Built so it would reach the precision of a chronometer, the watch included the jump hour mechanism instead of a conventional dial. It featured two windows in an enamel dial, through which the hours and minutes are visible on rotating discs. The outstanding ingenuity of the product did not only set the trend for the brand's legacy, but also turned it into one of the major players on the market. Nowadays, these IWC watches are extremely rare and sought-after collector's items. Number 2. IWC GST Deep One, the world's first mechanical diving watch with depth gauge. Introduced in 1999 and qualified as the most impressive diving watch the world has ever seen, IWC GST Deep One is an entirely mechanical watch featuring a mechanical depth gauge, maximum depth display, and a rotating bezel to show dive time. A masterpiece of mechanical engineering, its case is made of a special alloy of titanium, and it is spacious and complex enough so it can house two completely independent systems. The system features a mechanical memory that records maximum depth for later reference. Even better, IWC includes a simple process for calibrating the instrument to the ambient surface pressure in order to read a correct 0 feet regardless of your location or weather conditions. Do you wonder how IWC was able to achieve a watch capable of 2,000 meters of depth? The trick, as the legendary Kurt Klaus said, is to make the watch well enough that gallium doesn't enter it to begin with. Luckily, it allowed cash to flow. Number 3. IWC was a pioneer manufacturer of pilot watches. As a watch manufacturer, you can measure your success by observing how eager you were at reaching milestones as fast as history did. This is definitely the case of IWC, as their watches were worn by the pioneers of aviation. They developed a range of professional pilots' watches with specific features, such as a special magnetic field protection, an unmatched automatic winding system, known as peloton winding, as well as a design adapted to pilots' needs, such as the military-style triangle with 2 dots at the 12 o'clock, sans serif numerals, and dagger-shaped hands. The watches were particularly robust and resistant to fluctuations in temperature, and some models, such as the well-known 1940 Big Pilot watch, included a central second hand capable of being stopped by pulling the crown, which allows pilots and navigators to synchronize their watches with down-to-the-second precision. Nowadays, you have an entire IWC pilot watch collection to choose from. So, what are you waiting for? Number 4. The IWC Portugieser is a legend among iconic watches. One of the 6 IWC collection, and probably its easiest to recognize, is named the Portugieser. The first Portugieser was created in the late 1930s at the request of two Portuguese businessmen who desired a wristwatch that ran as precisely as a marine chronometer. Designed inside out almost exactly as a pocket watch, but turned into a wristwatch, the Portugieser had a look ahead of its time, especially at a time when small or rectangular Art Deco watches were in style. Furthermore, thanks to its larger pocket watch movement, the first Portugieser was much more precise than any other small watch of that time. However, IWC only produced a few hundred of these pocket watch wristwatches up until the 1980s. The Portugieser was reissued in 1993, and it became one of the most successful IWC models. Number 5. Small production, high class. International Watch Company has a history of keeping annual production small as their main priority is quality. With about 500 employees, the manufacturer produces the pieces and impulses in the classical way, which makes precision and resistance paramount. This is the reason why IWC watches survive decades when carefully maintained, making it to rare collections and attaining fancy prices everywhere in the world. IWC's annual production is about 45,000 watches, which is significantly less than what Rolex produces. If you'd like to learn some more about that watch manufacturer, click in the upper right-hand corner to watch our video of 15 things you didn't know about Rolex. Number 6. The Portugieser Sideral Scarfusia, the most expensive IWC watch. Yes, dear Aluxers, IWC's masterpiece watch is a Portugieser and its name is the Portuguese Sideral Scarfusia. It's the single most complex watch IWC ever produced, and it took 10 years for the model to be developed. Its highlights include the so-called constant force tourbillon, a 96-hour power reserve, and a sideral time display. It also presents a perpetual calendar and an astronomic display featuring a celestial chart on its back. The chart displays the horizon, ecliptic and celestial equator, the coordinates according to your location, as well as the starlit sky over that specific location with about 1,000 visible stars on it. Can you imagine wearing the sky on your wrist? You can have it, but it will cost you $750,000. Number 7. IWC watches are Hollywood stars. Do you fancy a handsome wristwatch worn by your favorite character? Glad you do, because some of the IWC watch models were spotted in many movies. First of all, Jamie Foxx wore the stylish IWC Schaffhausen Aqua Timer throughout Miami Vice. You can have it for $5,170. You can also find the exquisite IWC Da Vinci Perpetual Calendar Edition Kurt Klaus, worn by Michael Douglas in Wall Street Money Never Sleeps. I guess it never does if you counted on such a luxurious model. And last but not least, the Bourne Legacy will enchant you as you have the chance to spot the amazing IWC Pilot Double Chronograph Edition Top Gun. And by amazing, we mean expensive enough to make your heart beat to its ticking rhythm. Number 8. The Portofino Collection, celebrated by Peter Lindbergh. Through the Portofino Collection, IWC managed to keep alive a tangible expression of refined beauty and understated elegance for over 25 years. By placing the Dolce Vita emotion on the wrists of the most stylish men and women, this collection gained a reputation in terms of versatility. In order to celebrate the relaunch of the Portofino collection, IWC, the well-known Peter Lindbergh, and several iconic celebrities worked together. Kate Blanchett, Elle Macpherson, Boris Becker, Eric Dane, Luis Figo, Kevin Spacey, and Mark Foster were among those featured in the photographs that were later presented in a series of exhibitions as a part of the world tour organized by IWC. Number 9. Measuring your Oscar win speaking time with an IWC watch. What better place to make a statement of style and opulence than at the Oscars? At the 2017 Oscars, IWC wristwatches were all over the place. Whether it was Mahershala Ali wearing an IWC Da Vinci chronograph as he won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for Moonlight, or the utterly handsome Dev Patel wearing an IWC Da Vinci that fit perfectly with his white Burberry suit. It's almost as if an IWC watch is a must-have accessory in Hollywood. After all, isn't it always better to measure your time and success in luxurious ways? Number 10. IWC in House of Cards. Though he was fired from the role in late 2017, we cannot deny that Kevin Spacey was very believable in his portrayal of a powerful and ruthless politician, one that was definitely a fan of the International Watch Company. He knows best that if you're a man of considerable importance, you always have to be ahead of the watch game, which offers us all the chance to spot some of the IWC's masterpieces in House of Cards, such as the $11,250 Portofino hand-wound 8 Days 5101 in stainless steel with a blue dial and an alligator strap, the $25,500 Portuguese 7-day automatic 5001 in 18-karat red gold and an alligator strap, or even the $67,000 Da Vinci Chrono 3764 in stainless steel, also with an alligator strap. Number 11. The Richemont Group took over IWC in 2000. Part of Les Manufactures Horlogers since 1991, IWC was brought along with the entire LMH Group in 2000 by Richemont Group at a price of 2.8 billion francs. The Richemont Group is a Switzerland-based luxury goods holding company founded in 1988 by South African businessman Johann Rupert. It owns several brands, including Cartier, Dunhill, Montblanc, and Vacheron Constantin, among several others. Beneath the Swatch Group and the LVMH, Richemont is the third major watch and luxury goods group. And despite the takeover, the independence and the continuity of the LMH brand as a closed unit under the existing management is ensured. Number 12. The millennial testosterone-fueled image of IWC watches. International Watch Company's reputation for producing large masculine timepieces only started in 2000. There is an entire tray of IWC vintage ladies' pieces dating from the 1920s up to the 1990s, including several pieces on slinky metal bracelets as soft and smooth as fabric. Coming back to what IWC's image is today, its creative director, Christian Knoop, declared at some point that the brand would be devoting more attention to its female clientele in the years to come. This would represent a significant change in the game, especially as we know that the IWC tradition that sets it apart from other Swiss watch brands consists on focusing on only one line of products each year. So, are we going to get a dedicated collection for women in the years to come? Number 13. IWC unveiled its revamped Da Vinci line at the 27th Salon International de la Haute Horlogerie in 2017. The birth of the first IWC Da Vinci, the Da Vinci Quartz Electronic, a hexagonal-shaped case watch equipped with the first Swiss-made quartz movement and measuring time 10 times more accurately than a tested chronometer movement, dates back to 1969. It was redesigned in the 1980s with a round shape and an autonomous perpetual calendar, as well as a series of variations in terms of details, such as the first case made of high-tech ceramic zirconium oxide, which allowed the line to grow into a bestseller for both men and women. Its ulterior redesign made it lose popularity, which was the reason why the company decided to bring the round-shaped masterpieces back, but with a contemporary spin. Number 14. The annual online IWC auction is not to be missed. Since 1997, IWC offers every year a unique horological item for an online auction on its website. The proceeds are donated to the Antoine de Saint-Exupéry School in Mali. The school provides education for Tuareg children, so it's money you can feel good about spending. A platinum version of the Pilot's Watch Automatic Edition Antoine de Saint-Exupéry was auctioned in 2007, together with an original copy of Exupéry's debut novel Courrier Sud, or Southern Mail, featuring a handwritten dedication by the author. On November 12, 2017, the one-of-a-kind 18-karat white gold IWC Big Pilot Watch Annual Calendar Edition Le Petit Prince was sold for 38,000 Swiss francs, or just over $38,300 US. Number 15. IWC supports film festivals. Starting from the premise that films and fine watchmaking have much in common, both are based on long traditions, both draw on pioneering spirit, and both use expertise and creativity to generate a continuous stream of new masterpieces. IWC is an important sponsor of several well-known film festivals and has been the official partner of both the Tribeca Film Festival and the Beijing International Film Festival since 2013. In 2017, the company announced it had a new partnership in the works to strengthen the Toronto International Film Festival's ongoing mission to presenting the best international and Canadian cinema to lovers of film. And this same year, IWC was the proud sponsor of TIFF's Shortcuts Award for Best Short Film, featuring 59 short films in 16 different languages from over 30 countries. And that's it. Now that you've learned some more about the International Watch Company, we'd like to know, Aluxers, which one of their watches seen in House of Cards would you love to own? Let us know down in the comments. Still here? Of course you are. Here's a bonus fact just for you. International Watch Company has its own museum in Schaffhausen, Switzerland. The IWC Museum is located on the ground floor of the manufacturer, and it features a great variety of exhibits, including the very first IWC timepiece. One of the museum's most interesting exhibitions tracks the evolution of IWC's Aqua Timer collection from 1967 to 2014. But hey, don't you dare think that sums it up. The museum is a timecraft vintage wonderland, and it gives you the chance to track the evolution in design and performance of the masterpiece watch that you're going to kindly offer yourself at the end of the visit. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to Alux.com for the best in fine living content on the planet. Be a part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story.